Good evening, jerks. How's everybody doing today? I hope great, like me. We got so much news today. Doing kind of an impromptu last minute show tonight and leading into the Canton Select Board. We're also streaming right now on the other computer system, the Jeffrey Epstein bill hearings that happened earlier today. We're like a couple hours behind. You may have heard the news. The news is that the House and the Senate have passed that Jeffrey Epstein bill. And we're airing it on our stream right now. We're a couple hours behind, but it's just interesting to see that. Uh, there's also this new DA candidate that was announced today. Looks like we're not on anything. Are we on anything right now? We are live on YouTube. Okay. Looks like Facebook isn't allowing us to go on. Oh, I see what's going on because we're streaming twice. Sometimes Facebook doesn't allow that. Okay. But it looks like we are on YouTube. That's all that counts. And our Twitter's not working right now again, but we're on YouTube. Perfect. So, anyways, today there's so much news. There's a new DA candidate. No one expected this. I think it could actually shake up the race, but we're going to talk about that new DA candidate and what it might mean. And hopefully, it means we get a lot more information in the public about what's actually going on the federal level because he's a former federal prosecutor. Big news today. Also, the Karen Reed. You see it on the screen right now. Karen Reed has now filed a civil suit against three Massachusetts state police officers, Michael Proctor, Yuri Buchanan, and Lieutenant Brian Tully. All three of them, plus Brian Albert, Nicole Albert, Jennifer McCabe, her husband Matthew McCabe, and Brian Higgins. All of them. All of them. She's filing a civil suit. It was hinted at yesterday that those folks are actually going to countersuit Karen, which is wild as well. So this is all new news. We have like kind of a breakdown. We have the full file. I know a lot of other shows have already gone over this, so I'm not going to go through every detail. But I liked this breakdown that I'm going to show right now. Let me bring up the breakdown. What? Oh, wrong one. That's how I do it. This is on Twitter from Jenny. She's great. She's a boots on the ground actually, but she also has a great Twitter account, and she broke it down. I love this. Just the seven counts and what they are and who they're against. And this is what Karen's lawsuit says today. Number one, count one, malicious prosecution under the Fourth Amendment against Michael Proctor, Yuri Buchanan, and Lieutenant Brian Tully. Supervisor liability, count two against Yuri and Tully. Count three, conspiracy to deprive Karen Reed of her Fourth Amendment rights, Proctor, Yuri, Tully, Alberts, McCabe's, and Higgins. More Civil Rights Act, Mass Civil Rights Act, Proctor, Yuri, Tully, Alberts, McCabe, Higgy. Common law, malicious prosecution, Proctor, Yuri, Tully, Alberts, McCabe, Higgy. Count six, intentional infliction of emotional distress against Proctor, Yuri, Tully, Alberts, McCabe, and Higgins. And then number seven, civil conspiracy. That's Proctor, Yuri, Tully, Alberts, McCabe's, Higgy, all of them. So there you go. Those are the seven counts. Very concise. We also have some other stories, and definitely I want to look at the suit itself. We have that, but I think I just open up with that so you can kind of get an idea who's being sued for what, how many counts there are. Like I said, we're gonna talk about all these news stories today. This is the other one that I really want to focus on. Federal prosecutor Adam Deach declares run for Norfolk County DA's office. Look at this. This is a local guy from Quincy. That sets off some red flags, Quincy, but hey, he's from within the district. but he's a Fed. He's not a state guy. He's a Fed, which I think is it's kind of cool. It is very cool. There's a cool factor to this. And the question is, does he capitalize? Because sometimes, like, it feels like the state people, the people who have been, like Juna Perkins, she's been a prosecutor. She knows a lot of these local folks. I don't know if a Fed kind of has that same touch, let's put it that way. But this is a young guy, and this is interesting. A former assistant U.S. attorney who had a leading role in the federal investigation into the handling of the Karen Reed case announced Tuesday that he is running for Norfolk County DA. I mean, that headline, just think about that. What's he going to say? I mean, that's the key thing. How is this guy going to be on the campaign trail? What's he going to say? What's he going to say to the media? What's his stump speech going to be? Because if it's like amazing, he might win. Like he looks pretty sharp to me. I mean, Juna Perkins is clearly the front runner. She's got the most donations. She's got endorsements already, but it's so early. If this guy catches fire, wow. And I wonder, I put the poll up already. We have a poll, right? Let's look at the poll. The poll question. And I think this is going to be, does he go on these shows? Should the DA candidate answer questions on the young jerks? 92% said yes so far. Of course, right? I mean, 8% said no. I want to know who the 8% are. Tell us why you said no. Maybe you have another show in mind. That's fine. But that's what I mean. Is he going to go on these shows? Is he going to like answer questions and talk about the federal investigation? Can he? What can he say? What can he say about Morrissey? This could get very interesting. Adam Deach, he's got a website. I looked it up. He's already got a website. I didn't see a Facebook or anything yet, but he's got a website campaign. I put my email right in there. I'm gonna bring that up too. I didn't. Let me grab that. Hopefully, it comes. All the news stories are coming out. Now I can't find it. I had it earlier on my phone. Damn. Oh, maybe if I do. Hold on one second. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Let me try Google. I want to show a little more. There it is. Vote Adam Deach. I wonder if I'm saying his last name right. There it is. VoteAdamDeach.com. It looks like he does have a Facebook, actually. Yeah, he does. Now I notice he does. He has a Facebook and a Twitter. I'm gonna throw it in. I'm gonna throw a link. Maybe people could tell him to go vote for us. Go vote for us. I mean, come on the show. So that's big news today. That is big news. What's this guy gonna say? What do you think he'll say? Like, now I haven't even looked at the chat. What do you think? Do you think this guy's gonna think he's gonna call out Morrissey and like really drill down on what he did? Yeah, the Karen Reed discovery on it's gonna be interesting. And I think Karen Reed has more to gain than they do on her. You know? Now, there's also this other thing that's going on that I want to talk about real briefly and just kind of show you a video. But this isn't in Norfolk County. This is Bristol County. In Bristol County right now, there's been a guest that's come on our show, a couple of guests actually. Let me put this up. Hold on one second. Been a couple guests that have come on a show in the past, who are attorneys from Bristol County. One is Eric Mack. His brother was killed by Fall River Police, and it's disputed about what actually went down. Eric Mack is an attorney. He's been investigating it. He came on our show and talked about it. He made a little commercial that's on YouTube. And I'm hearing that law enforcement is not happy with him and that they're actually coming after him right now legally because of this video. And so, we're going to play the video on the show, and especially because it's about his brother. And one of the supporters of Eric Mack I know is Shannon McMahon. She's a defense attorney, former prosecutor, and she's also someone who ran for DA in Bristol County. And she's going to come on the show very soon to talk all about this. I think on Thursday, actually. I think it's going to be Thursday at 5 p.m. But I just want to play this video so people see it and go check it out. I'll put a link there. Follow his YouTube. Where's this video? Hold on a second. I'm confused. I got too many links up. There it is.
On November 22nd, 2021, Anthony Hardin lost his life in his own home. He was unarmed. Listen to this interview from the investigation.
At any point then or later, did you see if there was something in his hand, or if there was something on his person, or if there was something under his person? At any point did you personally see that?
No, sir. No, sir. Sure.
For information about this tragic incident, visit anthonyhardin.com.
Yeah, I love Shannon too. Let's put that website up right now. Just want to make sure that works. Yeah, you can find out all the information on his case. We're going to be talking about that much more on the show. But his brother Eric Mack is getting some pushback. And it looks like he might be being there's a hearing on Monday apparently because of this video that we just played. So, you know what? We're going to play it again. They don't want us to play it, so we're going to play it again. Free speech.
On November 22nd, 2021, Anthony Hardin lost his life in his own home. He was unarmed. Listen to this interview from the investigation.
At any point then or later, did you see if there was something in his hand, or if there was something on his person, or if there was something under his person? At any point did you personally see that?
No, sir. No, sir. Sure.
For information about this tragic incident, visit anthonyhardin.com.
There you go. There you go. They don't want you to see that. Fall River Police don't want you to watch that. The DA of Bristol County don't want you to support that video. I hope some of the other YouTube shows stop looking into this too, because we'll be covering it on Thursday night. Again, this is the news of the day. Karen Reed has filed suit. She has now filed suit. Right? It's amazing. We've been waiting for this for a while now. This is the big lawsuit. I think a lot of the YouTubers have already gone over it today. So I'm not going to go through every detail of it, especially on my eyes. I, I'm I'm scheduling an eye surgery. This is what yeah. What did I have up? I had something else I want to put up, I believe. Hold on a second. Oh yeah. I mean, I think this is very compelling. It lays out everything that they did, what happened. The first part's all about Michael Proctor, how he called her a whack job, a nutbag, all the stuff he said, balloon knot, leaked poo, all that stuff, right? No nudes. Hopefully she's something herself. Yuri who responded with a thumbs up when he called her, you know what, the R word. I like this. She calls them the house defendants. The house defendants. And this is the part too. Like the town of Canton. We're gonna be airing the Canton Select Board meeting tonight. The town of Canton is on notice. Karen Reed is gonna sue you. It says it right there. You're on trial, town of Canton. Now nobody in Canton is named yet as a defendant, but I would not be surprised. And especially like if it's a like this may not be the venue or place to go after the entire town of Canton, but you can see that could be coming next. I'm just flying through this. I did skim it today. I'm skimming it again. I had a very busy day, but just wild how much news came out today, you know? I just like to see the relief. This is the interesting part. What do they want? They want a judgment in her favor and against each relevant defendant on each count of this complaint. And we read those counts earlier. Award damages, award reasonable attorney's fees, grant her such other relief as court deems equitable and just. She got one, two, three, four, five, six attorneys. It's amazing. She's gonna need them. She's gonna need more funds too. I'm thinking about doing some type of fundraiser show. Got to do something for her. Make sure she has a good Christmas. You know. Like I said, I'm not gonna go through every detail. I'm clicking off of it. Yeah, I bet they are. I bet they're not happy right now. Nothing's gone their way, but they still think they can pull it out. They still think they can pull it out. Yeah, they do think they're untouchable. All right, you know what I want to do right now? I want to check the poll. Right now, it's 92%. 92% think this new DA candidate should come on. And I want to know from the 8%. Why not? Why? Who says no? And then I'm going to end this poll question. How many votes we get? We got like 80. Not that many. All right, so let's do this. I got another poll question for you. Sorry about the cap lops, but it is a poll. Since they're suing, I think we should probably play some of their old video to lead up to Ken's select board meeting tonight. What do you think? McCabe's are winning right now. Oh, it's close. It's a three-way tie. I think I'm gonna go with McCabe. I think I just like Matt McCabe because I got good video of him anyways. It's easy to get. But the poll matters to me because it's probably gonna determine who I play next on the show. Because I think that's what we're gonna start doing is playing some of the old video just to give us a refresher of this civil suit. Because Friday's the civil suit hearing. Matt McCabe's testimony. I believe it's Matt McCabe. Which one is? There was one that was really. Here it is. It's one of the most popular videos we ever ran on this website on our YouTube. So I think we're just gonna go with Matty McCabe tonight. I'll check the poll because I definitely want feedback on who we should play next on the show.
Was 3 days after John O'Keefe passed away, correct?
Yes.
And at some point on February 1st of 2022, you were physically either at or near the Albert home at 34 Fairview in Canton, correct?
I could have been. I don't recall if I was there.
You recall watching what investigators were doing in the neighborhood on February 1st?
I do not. If you could show it to me, I could maybe reflect my memory. I do not recall that specific day.
You don't recall monitoring what troopers were doing in
I
the
was not
neighborhood?
monitoring anything that the troopers were doing. If I had driven down the street, dropping someone off, picking somebody up, and saw the troopers, then I saw the troopers. I was not monitoring anything.
Directing your attention to 1:34 p.m. and 27 seconds. You texted your wife, Brian Albert, and Nicole Albert, quote, "Troopers back out front, but in front of Asian house." Did you not?
If I texted that, You could show it to me.
May I approach you, Mike?
Yes.
Funny, I got the Higgins video up now too. Looks like Higgins is leading the poll.
Show it to him. Don't.
Maybe I should switch it out. What do you think in the chat?
Touch it?
Higgins or McCabe? Should I keep it on McCabe or should I listen to the
I
poll
think this is my first.
and go with Higgins? I got the Higgins video too.
Thank you.
I'm showing you a document, sir, and if you look up or look at it by yourself and look up at me when you're done.
I don't use glasses, but I can't see this. So maybe I need glasses.
Um,
I'm making it out. I got it.
I do have a.
Is it a light?
I think that
No, it's
decides
not.
it.
It's just dark, but I got
I've
it.
seen a lot of Higgins, but what's Lothario weighs in?
Yes.
Okay. Then on the 23rd, and by the way, after you texted, I have not heard from you, she did not respond, correct?
She did not respond.
Then on the 23rd, she did.
All right, we switch it over. We're on Higgins. We are on Higgins now because the poll decided it, and you all decided in the chat you want Higgins. You got Higgins. Let's watch a little Higgins.
Did respond with phone works, correct?
In the arrows, like both ways. Yep.
And then what did you text after that?
I just said, thought you were all set.
And how did she respond?
She said, we're talking? No.
That's all I have for that.
Okay.
Let's bring the lights back up. So clearly with that last text, her response was, in response to you saying, thought we were all set, she said, with talking, no, correct?
Yep. Yes.
Did that indicate to you that with flirting, yes, we're all done?
No, I didn't read anything into it.
Okay. But you did read where she said with talking, no, correct?
Yes.
And then you responded, how?
I said, are you sure?
And did she respond?
No.
As a matter of fact, the next time you saw or communicated with her, she was walking into the Waterfall Bar on the 29th, late night hours of the 28th, going into the early morning of the 29th, with her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, correct?
Yes.
Now, you had discussed your flirtations, if I can use that word, that you had with Miss Reed with your friends, at least some of them, correct?
I don't recall that. No.
Do you recall that you openly shared the details of your interest in Miss Reed with your work supervisor at the DOJ?
Well, that was after I shared what happened, that she kissed me. Yes, I did share that with her.
And that was with
That was the first time.
That was with a person by the name of Kate Dowd. Is that right?
That's correct.
And that was before January 29th.
Yes.
And that's because your interest in Karen Reed, whether you call it romantic or sexual or whatever, your interest was something that was at least occupying your mind at that point, correct?
No.
It was occupying your mind enough to share it with your boss.
No, what I shared with my boss was the fact that she kissed me. That was it.
Did you discuss your flirtatious relationship with Karen Reed with Brian Albert at any point?
No.
Never.
No.
So you were on a 4-hour drive in a snowstorm back from New York with Mr. Albert, and your interest in Karen Reed never came up.
No.
Even though he's a good friend.
Yes, just something I wouldn't talk about.
You'd been drinking since about what time? What time? That's a bad way to ask it. What time did you start drinking?
When are we at, Mr.?
I'm sorry, on the 28th, when you got back from New York. When did you start drinking?
Well, it wasn't until I swapped out vehicles and I went up to the hillside.
Okay. That would have been, give me a time frame. 9-ish, 8-ish?
It was dark. It was maybe in the area of 8 o'clock.
And what time do you think you got to Waterfall?
I couldn't say. It was after the hillside.
Before Brian Albert left Hillside, did he tell you that John O'Keefe had been invited over to meet them at the waterfall?
No.
Was there any particular reason why you changed your mind and left the hillside to go to the waterfall?
Well, I think, as I previously testified, that it was because I didn't always take them up on their offer, and I usually did the Irish exit, and I decided because of the weather and everything else, and it had been a long day, that I would go down there and join them.
Didn't have anything to do with you knowing that Karen Reed might be at the waterfall.
It couldn't have, because I didn't know she or John O'Keefe would even be there. I didn't know who was going to be there other than Brian's wife.
Do you have any text messages with Brian about going to the waterfall?
I don't recall. He told me about it at the hillside.
And once he got to the waterfall obviously before you did.
He did, I think shortly before, yes.
Any text communications between you and Brian Albert about who was at the waterfall or who was expected to come to the waterfall?
No, not that I recall.
Now, you've already indicated, and I don't think we need to go into a lot of detail about this, but I want to ask you just in general, the mood at the waterfall was good spirits, correct?
It was great. Band was playing.
You did not see any sort of tension between John and Karen?
I did not.
Nobody seemed overly intoxicated?
No.
I mean, you had several drinks before you even got to the waterfall, right?
I think it was 3 to 4.
Did you drink additionally at the waterfall?
I did, yes.
Did you drink whiskey or beer or what?
Whiskey.
Okay. How many do you think you had?
I couldn't put a number on it. At least a couple.
And ultimately, you left from there in your personal vehicle and drove over to, that's the Jeep. Drove
The Jeep,
over to
yes.
the waterfall, correct?
I drove over to the waterfall.
I'm sorry.
I was at the
Left
waterfall.
the waterfall, drove over to 34 Fairview.
I did, yes.
When John walked in to the waterfall, were you already there?
Yes.
He greeted you, you indicated, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Karen walked in with him,
Yes.
but she did not greet you, did she?
I think they kind of went like that in different directions.
Right.
Yes.
Did she greet you?
No.
Right. So she walked over toward the corner of the bar, and John came over and greeted you, and then walked over and joined her, correct?
Yes.
Karen didn't stop what she was doing once she was over in the corner of the bar and come over and say hi to you.
I didn't have any interaction with her that night, no.
So safe to say that throughout that evening, once she was sidled up next to John O'Keefe or friends that she was with, she never turned back around and came over and even acknowledged you, correct?
That's correct.
So she basically ignored you the entire evening.
That's not how I interpret it, no.
I didn't ask you how you interpreted it. I asked you what she did. Did she ignore you or did she pay attention to you?
Objection.
You can go ahead and answer that. Did she ignore you?
No.
So she paid attention to you. Came over and said hello, shook your hand, gave you a hug.
Well, just because somebody didn't come over doesn't mean they ignored you.
Did she do those three things?
Hug, what was the other
Did she
thing?
say hello, shake your hand, give you a hug?
No, she did not.
No, she didn't do any of those things, did she?
No.
It's like you didn't even exist.
I think that's dramatic. No, I don't look at it that way.
Did she ignore you or not?
No, she did not ignore me.
So what did she do to not ignore you?
She was
What's her
work.
interaction with you?
Can I answer now?
Sure,
She, in my opinion, she was working the room, talking to people, saying hello, catching up.
right. The one person she didn't come over to talk to and say hello to and catch up with is you.
Well, I don't know that I was the only person, but I was one of the people that she didn't say hello to. Yes.
Treated you sort of like a stranger.
I don't feel that way. No.
She actually positioned herself away from you at the other end of the table on the opposite side in the corner. Isn't that right?
I don't know where she was all night. No,
Did
I
that
don't know.
upset you that she ignored you or didn't pay attention to you?
Did not feel ignored and didn't upset me at all.
But it bothered you enough to send her a text, didn't it?
No, it was a flirtatious text. It was just, that was it.
It bothered you enough to send her a text that said, with 6 M's behind it,
Okay.
and well, correct?
Well, it wasn't like that. It was, well, that's it.
Just well, like a well in the ground.
I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think you do too, sir. You meant well, when are you gonna pay attention to me?
No, that's not correct.
Well, why are you ignoring me?
It's not correct.
Well, am I chopped liver?
Objection.
All right, that's sustained. Mr. Jackson, let's move on.
At the end of the night, the group basically discussed going back to Brian Albert's house. Is that right?
There was discussion at the table of like, were we going to go to the pizza shop or were we going to go somewhere else? And ultimately it was 34 Fairview.
Before you left, just so we're clear, when you texted, well, she ignored that text too, didn't she?
Can you say that again?
When you texted her, well, at Waterfall, she ignored that text too, correct?
Well, that was the only text I sent that night to her. Yes.
Okay.
She didn't respond.
That wasn't my question.
What,
My
what,
question is she ignored the text, correct?
well, I don't know if I don't know what her mindset was. If she purposely ignored the text or she didn't see it, I don't know. I didn't read into it.
Did she ignore the text, Mr. Higgins?
I don't know.
Did she respond to the text?
She did not respond.
Got it. So when everybody was leaving, did you leave before they did, John and Karen, or did they leave before you did?
I don't know.
You said you were the first one back to Brian Albert's house, correct?
Yes,
Safe to say you were one of the first ones to leave.
I was the first one to leave
Waterfall.
the waterfall. Probably.
I mean, if you're if everybody's hurting out and you're the first one to get there, you're probably among the first to leave, correct?
Most likely.
Okay. You never personally discussed going to 34 Fairview with, certainly not with Karen Reed, did you?
No.
And you never discussed it with John O'Keefe either, did you?
No.
You didn't say goodbye or walk over and give John a big hug or anything like that? An
No.
acknowledgement, did you?
No.
You just left.
Well, that's what everybody was doing, just leaving.
Okay. You too, correct?
I did leave, yes.
And all you knew that, at that point, all you knew was that you were going over to 34 Fairview. You did not know who else was invited over to 34 Fairview.
My impression was that it was an open invitation and I planned on heading over there.
But you did not know who else was coming.
I had no idea who was coming.
And you didn't say goodbye to John, correct?
I don't think I said goodbye to anybody.
And you didn't talk to him about coming over to 34 Fairview.
No,
Yet at 2:20 in the morning, you texted John O'Keefe, you coming here, correct?
at 2:20,
Sorry, 12:20.
I did.
And that had 3 question marks behind it, correct?
Yes.
Did you text Karen about coming over to 34 Fairview?
No,
So at 12:20 a.m., after you left the waterfall and made your way over to 34 Fairview, you were more interested in getting John to come to 34 Fairview than you were to getting Karen to come to 34 Fairview.
no, that's not how I would describe that.
But you didn't text Karen, correct?
No, I didn't.
But you did text John.
Yes.
You've indicated that you took your Jeep, your personal vehicle with the plow on it, over to 34 Fairview, correct?
Yes.
And you were among the first to arrive because you were doing that thing with the sort of playing around by plowing his driveway.
It was a sweep of the driveway. Yes.
And then you indicated that you parked in front of the house, correct?
I did.
I know you've been over this before, but I'm going to ask you one final time so that it's completely clear. Exactly where was your Jeep in front of that house?
By the mailbox.
Okay. Can we have, with the court's permission, Exhibit 66?
Okay.
This is a graphic representation of 34 Fairview, not a photograph. Just to orient you, do you see what's depicted in Exhibit 66?
Yes,
Do you recognize it?
I do.
Do you see the mailbox, which is about right there?
Yes.
Okay, where was your Jeep in relation to that mailbox?
So the back end of the Jeep, the rear, would have been about around equal with the mailbox, and I was not blocking the driveway.
Okay, so you would have been about there, correct? If the the right edge of that highlight is the mailbox. Mailbox being right there. It would have been about right there on the street, correct?
Well, that would have been the front of the Jeep where your laser pointer is. It would be the front
Okay. So the front of the Jeep was facing the flagpole.
towards Chapman Street, correct?
And the rear of the Jeep was basically even with the mailbox strut or stanchion.
It was definitely past the driveway, yes.
Okay. You indicated the plow was a 6 foot, what inch plow?
I think it was a 6'8", 6
6'8",
foot,
meaning the width.
meaning the width, yes.
How deep is that plow?
How deep? Like,
2 foot, 3 feet, 6 inches?
I mean, it's probably a few inches.
Okay,
It's light duty. It's on a Jeep.
okay. And it's obviously curved and
Curved.
canted to the right?
No, it wasn't canted at all. It was straight down.
Okay, so it's not like, I guess I'm picturing in my mind, I don't know that I've ever seen one, that the front of the Jeep is not parallel to the plow. In other words, it would plow stuff off to the right. Is that not right?
I'm not understanding what you're trying to communicate to me.
How is the plow positioned as it relates to the front end of the Jeep? Is it perfectly parallel to the front end, or is it canted one way or another?
So when you're driving straight locally where you're not going to have to worry about overheating the Jeep, I would just have the Jeep, the plow straight. If I was on the highway for a long distance, I'd be worried about overheating. So I would canter the plow, tilt it up so that air could get through the front grille.
So in other words, you can control it.
I can, yes.
How was it that night?
So
How was it canted that night? Was it straight or canted?
it was straight and straight on.
All right. When you walked into 34 Fairview, you indicated that there were people congregated basically in the kitchen area, correct?
There were some people in the kitchen area, yes.
How many people were at the high top table that you described?
Initially, when I walked in, I believe there was Brian Jr., and he was flanked by one, possibly two females.
And you indicated that basically you were positioned in that area with your back to the door for most of the evening, correct?
I was like I would describe it as diagonally across from him and had my back to the door that I had come in, which would be the breezeway door.
But at some point, you had moved out of that kitchen area with Brian Albert, correct?
Well, I briefly went and looked at some photos.
Right. So you moved out of that area with Brian Albert alone to go to a different room.
Yes, and I think his wife, Nicole, might have popped in the room for a second, but it was brief.
Did you have anything to drink while you were at 34 Fairview?
Well, when I got there, they didn't have any whiskey. I believe they might have put a beer or something else in front of me. And, you know, I knew it was going to be a short night there because I just wasn't going to, I'm not a beer drinker.
You've indicated in a prior testimony that you've never been upstairs in Brian's house, correct?
When you say upstairs, like you're talking like second floor?
Correct.
Yes, no.
Okay. You testified to that in a prior hearing. Is that right?
Yes,
In May of 2023.
yes,
And you said specifically, quote, "I've never been upstairs." Is that
yes,
right? All right. You understood when you gave that statement that you were under oath,
yes,
you were telling the truth,
yes,
same oath that you took here today, correct?
yes.
You indicated that the photos that you saw were on the first floor living room area. Is that right?
I believe that's where they were, yes.
So the only floor downstairs from the first floor would be what?
The basement,
And the only floor upstairs from the basement would be what?
the first floor.
So if someone were to describe going upstairs to look at the photos that you've described on the first floor, where would they have to be to go upstairs to look at those photos?
Are you saying on the first floor?
Correct. If the photos are on the first floor
Yeah,
and someone said, we went upstairs to look at those photos, where would they have to be?
I guess upstairs.
The people would have to be upstairs?
Well, the photos would be upstairs. Is that what you're saying?
Where are the people? Where would the people have to be to go upstairs to the living room to look at the photos?
I'm not understanding the question.
If the photos are on the first floor, Mr. Higgins,
Yes,
The only floor beneath it is the basement.
Okay.
And someone says, we went upstairs to look at the photos, where would they have to be?
Well, who said they went upstairs?
All right,
I'm
so
asking
Mr.
you-
Jackson, you can save this for argument. Next question, please.
If Brian Albert said you went upstairs to look at the photos, where would you have to be?
Objection.
Sustained.
Now, Brian Albert had a weight room someplace in the house, right?
Yes.
And a gym.
I guess he called it a home gym
Where was that?
in the basement.
Had you ever been down to that basement before?
Yes, one time.
When was that?
That was during the twins' graduation party. Summertime.
Summertime before,
Summertime before. Yes,
summer of 2021?
maybe.
So if Brian Albert testified
Or
that
could
you've
it-
never been in the basement, that would not be accurate.
Objection.
Sustained.
Now, you do recall giving testimony at another proceeding on June 1st, 2023, correct?
Yes,
And of course, the same thing applied. You were under oath. Is that right?
yes,
You knew that it was a crime to lie under oath
yes,
in that proceeding. During the course of that proceeding, you were asked who was in the house and who you saw come into the house, correct?
yes,
And during the course of that testimony, you admitted that you observed a tall, dark-haired male enter the Albert house that night, correct?
I believe that was in reference to ask to somebody's brother in a pickup. I don't know if that was during,
All I'm asking you, Mr. Higgins, is did you say that? Did you say a tall, dark-haired male entered the house while you were there?
I said they might have.
Did you say they might have?
Yes. And that was in reference to
Let me
somebody's
ask just a moment,
brother.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Isn't it true that you indicated that a male showed up who may have been Julie Nagel's brother, correct?
I said might have, yes.
Right. But there was no question in your mind that a male did in fact show up, and you described him as tall and dark-haired, right?
Yes,
You were asked, a male showed up where? And you answered, quote, showed up at the house that I didn't know. I think he was there very briefly. I was half paying attention to it. Question, did that male come inside the house? Answer, I believe he did. Do you remember that?
yes.
So a male did come in the house that night, correct?
No, I said I believe he did. I wasn't sure.
Well, when you testified at the prior hearing, you were asked, so you saw someone else come? Question. Answer, somebody else. Yes. End quote. That's what you testified to under oath, wasn't it?
Is that in reference to that?
What page are you on, Mr. Jackson?
Page 485, 486, I believe. Yes. If I may, can I approach?
Yes.
Thank you.
Look at the top part that I highlighted. Mr. Higgins, do you have that in mind?
I do.
May I approach?
Yes.
You were asked the question, quote, did that male come inside the house? You answered, I believe he did. Question, so you saw someone else come? Answer, somebody else. Yes, correct?
Yes, but I also said that I wasn't paying
Mr. Higgins,
attention.
I realize that you want to explain your answer. I've asked you a very simple question. Was that your testimony in front of another proceeding?
Yes, it was.
At another proceeding, which you were under oath?
Yes, it was.
Okay. You also said that you only remember seeing that person come in briefly. And it looked like he was having a conversation with the two girls briefly, correct?
Yes.
You were asked how long was the person in there roughly? And you said it was quick. Less than a couple of minutes. I mean, it was quick, correct?
Yes.
And then you were asked what he looked like. And you said, I feel like they were a little bit taller. They had dark hair, correct?
Yes.
So you testified that a tall, dark-haired male came into the house at least briefly in your testimony, correct?
Yes.
Approximately when in the timeline of events did that unidentified male enter the residence?
I don't know the time frame. It would have been while I was there.
When you gave your statement to the Massachusetts State Police, you didn't tell them about a tall, dark-haired male coming into the residence at 34 Fairview, did you, on February 3rd?
I don't recall.
You were specifically asked by ADA Lally when you testified before the state court grand jury on April 28th, 2022, who else was present, correct?
Yes.
And you never mentioned a tall, dark-haired male coming into the house, did you?
No.
However, on June 1st, 2023, at this other proceeding, you were specifically instructed at the start of your testimony that it was a crime to give materially false statements in that proceeding, correct?
Yes.
And that's the proceeding in which you admitted that there was a tall, dark-haired male who came in the house.
I
Yes
said
or
I-
no? Yes or no? It was
Can-
that proceeding.
Can you answer that, yes or no?
No, I can't, Your Honor.
Next question, Mr. Jackson.
The quotations or the quotes that I just read you and that you just looked at,
Yes.
that was from the June 1, 2023 hearing, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Mayor Pro Tem? Yes. That's what was just read, and that's another page. Just take a look at that page and see if you see a date on it, the first page.
I see it, yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
What's the date, sir?
June 1st?
2023?
Yes.
How long did you stay at the Albert residence in total? From the time you got there till the time you left?
Maybe like a half hour, less than an hour.
And what time did you leave? Say 12:30, you said?
I think I said between 12:30 and 1
Okay.
a.m.
And you indicated that you pretty much didn't say goodbye to anybody, right?
At the house,
Correct.
I just kind of left. I said, see you later, turn around, left.
As a matter of fact, at that same hearing that we just looked at, your statement was, I made a beeline out of there, correct?
I don't know if that's the verbiage I used, but I left
Why the rush? Why did you leave so quick?
because it was a long day and I just wanted to go home.
Except you didn't go home, did you?
No, I went back to Canton PD
Right. So it wasn't such a long day that you actually drove home. You went back to the Canton Police Department at 1 or 1:30 in the morning, correct?
to move vehicles, correct?
Well, let's talk about you leaving. You walked out the side breezeway door, correct?
Yes,
You walked down the driveway.
yes,
There's nothing obstructing your view at that point of the lawn to your right, correct?
I didn't look over there, but I would not think so.
Between you and the flagpole, in other words, there wasn't some mound of dirt, something obstructing your view, you could see straight across if you wanted to, correct?
If I wanted to, yes.
It's just basically a flat grassy lawn with a light dusting of white powder snow on it, right?
I don't know how much snow was, but there was snow there.
Yeah, you indicated that it wasn't even enough to stick to the pavement at that point.
Well, that's when I got there. Yes,
Well, you only stayed less than an hour, right?
that's correct.
So I'm assuming it didn't dump 3 feet in an hour, correct?
I think we can both agree that it's not three, it wouldn't have been 3 feet now.
Right, so it would have been a light dusting of snow.
More snow than there was there.
How far would you say it was from the edge of the driveway over to your Jeep?
From where the back of my Jeep was parked,
Correct.
maybe a foot or two, or it could have been even with the edge of the driveway.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's probably a bad question on my part. When you left the house, as you started to walk down the driveway toward your Jeep, how long of a walk is that? Across the yard to down the driveway to get to your Jeep?
Short,
30 feet?
maybe.
Okay. During the course of you walking out the door, heading to your Jeep, you didn't see anything out of the ordinary in the yard, correct?
No,
You certainly didn't see a body in the yard.
of course not.
Now, you get in your car and it's facing directly toward the flagpole, correct?
It's facing directly up the street. The flagpole would be off to the 1 o'clock.
Right. So just a few degrees off to the right, the flagpole is, correct?
It's off to the right.
Just a few degrees.
I don't know how many degrees, but it's off to the right.
Well, you just said 1 o'clock. You're a
Yes.
former military guy, right?
I am.
Okay. 1 o'clock means 1 o'clock on a watch. 12 o'clock is due north or right in front of you. 1 o'clock is just a few degrees to the right, correct? That's what you meant.
At the 1 o'clock, yes.
Okay. So you didn't see a body when you got in your Jeep.
No, I did not.
Then you turned the engine on, correct?
In the wipers, yes.
And the lights.
Yes.
And the lights lit up everything in front of you, correct?
Yes.
Still didn't see a body, did you?
No, I did not.
Sitting in the driver's seat, you put the car in gear and you begin to roll forward, right?
Yes.
But there was a plow on the ground that scraped for a foot, right?
Yes.
So you picked it back up,
Yes.
looked out the windshield to make sure the plow was situated, and continued to roll forward, correct?
I knew it was up when I continued to drive.
And as you continue to drive, you're looking ahead of you and probably to your left to make sure that there's no oncoming cars, right?
Well, I knew there was no oncoming cars. I was just driving forward.
Right. So your focus is
So I'm going to end it there. We'll play more Higgins video later. We got the Canton Select Board meeting that just started. I'm going to redirect everyone. Have a great night. Thank you for the super chats. I'll see you over at the Canton Select Board hearing in the chat. See you there.